What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over the very popular exercise and fitness tracking platform Strava, specifically for your Apple Watch and your iPhone. In case you didn't know, Strava is a very popular fitness and social media platform with over 50 million active users. It has apps on multiple devices that allow you to track exercises like cycling, swimming, and running. And what separates Strava from other fitness trackers, which simply track your pace and duration of your runs and exercises, is its extensive community. Strava's active community allows you to find the best exercise routes and compare your results and participate in challenges. And while other fitness trackers do have a community dynamic as a part of their apps, none of them really compare to the size and scope that you get from Strava. If you live in any kind of metropolitan area, you're likely to be able to find an active, booming and bustling Strava community with active groups and challenges in your area. Through the Strava app, you'll be able to compare your own favorite runs and performance times with everyone else in the community, and you actually might find some new running routes that you may not have known about before in the past. It's quite a remarkable platform, and it's made even better when you can access it through the ease and simplicity of your Apple Watch. And even if the community aspect isn't necessarily your cup of tea, the Strava app is developed and advanced enough to offer you detailed workout, running, and cycling statistics that allow you to analyze your workouts and track your progress. If you've never used Strava before and are wondering what all the fuss is about, and we'll go over how you can use Strava to track your runs and compare your results in the Strava community. Also keep watching if you're a long-time Strava user but haven't had a chance to check it out on the Apple Watch. Or if you're just looking to brush up on some of the major features of Strava that are available on the Apple Watch, keep watching this video as we'll go over some of the basic and more advanced features of Strava. First part of this video will go over how to set up Strava on your Apple Watch and how to start tracking your exercises. The second part of this video will go over some of Strava's more advanced features once you've built up an exercise history and looking into some of the more advanced statistics that you can get from the Strava app. So first we'll need to install Strava on your Apple Watch, and you can do this in two ways. One is going through the App Store on your iPhone and looking for the Strava app, or two, if you have an Apple Watch Series 3 or later, you can simply pull up the App Store on your Apple Watch and search for Strava. In the App Store, you'll probably notice that Strava has over tens of thousands of positive reviews and is very highly rated, and overall just a very popular app and fitness platform. Once you download Strava, you'll be asked to sign up for an account. If you don't already have one, you can do this on your phone or on the Strava desktop platform through a variety of means, either by entering in your email or using other social media platforms like Facebook. Once you have your account set up, log into Strava to get going on your Apple Watch. So when you open up Strava on your Apple Watch, you'll notice that you'll have the ability to start your exercises. There's 8 exercises to choose from. This video is focused on running, but Strava on the Apple Watch has the ability to track multiple exercises, and Strava actually became widely popular as a cycling tracking app. So once you start your exercises, the exercise screen will appear. Here, for the running portion, you can see the time of your exercise, your average pace, and the distance and your heart rate. Swipe left to either pause your exercise, finish, adjust some settings, or use the water eject feature for the Apple Watch. In the settings, you can adjust things like the units that the Strava app uses to measure your runs, the amount of unsynced runs, audio cues turned on and off, and auto pause for running or riding. Once you've done your exercise, you can hit finish from this menu to be able to prompt Strava to save this exercise. Save it and it will be automatically synced to your iPhone app the next time you pair your watch to your iPhone. So in part 2 of the video, we're going to be looking at some of the more advanced features that you can get from your exercise data once you push your runs over to the Strava app on your iPhone. To get the Strava app on the iPhone, simply go to the App Store and download it. You can use the same login that you used in part 1 of this video to get the app set up on your Apple Watch. Once you have the Strava app loaded up on your iPhone, you'll notice there's 5 main menus at the bottom of the app: Feed, Explore, Record, profile, and training. In this video, we'll be going over some of the stats that you can get in the feed menu of the iPhone app for Strava. Go into the feed menu and you can go into your latest runs. Here, if you tap on the individual run, you can get the map of the run and some more stats available to you. Click on View Analysis and you'll be able to see things like elevation, pace, your heart rate and pace zones, and other detailed information, such as your average pace, your moving time, and your fastest splits. As a runner, I found this information to be very useful as it did track my progress and it helped me track things like my stamina and speed over a course of many runs. In the Explore segment of the Strava iPhone app, there's also 4 submenus: For You, Challenges, Clubs, and Segments. The For You tab is kind of like the Strava news feed, as you can see upcoming challenges, find particular segments, and see segments that other people in your community around you have been running. Challenges tab lists some of the challenges that are going on globally that you can participate in on and compare your stats on with the global Strava community. These are numerous and there's something for everyone in the challenges portion of the Strava app. The Club tab uses your location and finds some of the Strava clubs that are ongoing and active nearby. This is one of Strava's best features, as with over 50 million users, there's bound to be an active Strava club with many active participants and challenges for you to participate in. And in the same way, the Segments tab is also extremely useful as well, as it finds popular running and cycling routes in the area nearby to you, which you can use to find the best running routes. I found this in conjunction with the active Strava community to be very useful, as it helped me find some very great running routes that I wasn't previously aware of just nearby to where I was. So there you have it, everyone, some of the basic features of Strava that you can access through your Apple Watch to use to track your exercises like running and cycling. If you want to use Strava strictly as a fitness tracker to use to get detailed statistics to analyze your workouts, then it certainly can perform in that fashion. The Apple Watch app is streamlined and it's quite easy just to pick it up very quickly and start to track your workouts. However, the benefit of doing this on the Apple Watch is that you can easily transfer your workouts and use them to participate in Strava's booming community. The combination of Strava for the Apple Watch and the iPhone really offers the best of both worlds. It can function as a dedicated fitness tracker, but it also serves as the gateway into all the wonderful data and information that you can get by participating in the Strava community. So what do you think? Are there better fitness trackers or better fitness communities out there? Leave a message down below. Have a great run. Don't forget to subscribe. And